fission and fusion. Let me finish. What is the definition of fission, or what is the phenomenon which is known as the fission? Generally, when a heavy nucleus of mass number generally greater than 230 splits up into two or more nuclei of comparable size, accompanied by producing a large or huge amount of energy, is known as the fission. Means the mass number must be greater than 230 or above than 200, but binding energy for nucleon is very small. Means the radioactive substances like uranium, thorium, they are generally split up when certain light elements will be bombarded with these elements like uranium and thorium. Then it produces a huge amount of energy or large amount of energy. It is the phenomenon is known as the nuclear fission. For example, when a neutron, which symbol is 0 and 1, collides or bombarded with uranium 92U235, it produces barium 56, barium 141, and along with krypton 36, krypton 92, and 3 neutrons plus a huge amount of energy like 200, approximately 200 mega electron. This is an example of nuclear fission because this is a heavy nucleus whose mass number greater than 230 splits up into two or more light nuclei whose mass number or whose size is very similar to that of the uranium and producing huge amount of energy. Therefore, this is an example of nuclear fission. Now, come to the nuclear chain reaction. What is the definition of nuclear chain reaction and why the reaction is known as the chain reaction? Generally, in the nuclear fission, 3 number of neutrons are produced. Here in this nuclear fission, in this example, 3 number of neutrons are produced along with a huge release of large or huge amount of energy around 200 mega electron volt. These newly produced neutrons can further take part in the fission process of the nuclei uranium, and again it produces nuclear fission and the products are barium, krypton, 3 number of neutrons with a huge amount of energy, and in this process the total energy increases. And this is known as this type of reaction is known as the nuclear chain reaction because the produced neutrons again takes part in the further chain reaction or further nuclear reaction or nuclear fission and so on. Therefore, this example of this type of reaction are known as the nuclear chain reaction. This is a format of nuclear chain reaction. This is the uranium, 1 neutron 0 and 1. It is bombarded with this uranium 92U235. It produces barium and krypton along with 3 number of neutrons. Again, these 3 number of neutrons takes part in further chain reaction. Means it is bombarded with the parent nuclei of the uranium. It is bombarded again with uranium, and then it produces again in this one type of, this is also a nuclear reaction. Again it produces barium, krypton, and 3 number of neutrons, and also this uranium produces barium, krypton, 3 number of neutrons, and this uranium produces barium, krypton with 3 number of neutrons. Again, this is the second stage. In the third stage, the neutrons, these are released neutrons. There are 9 number of released neutrons. In the first case, this is 3 number of released neutrons. In the second, there are 9 number of releasing neutrons. Again, they collide with the 9 uranium parent nuclei. Again, which produces 27 number of neutrons, and so on. the number of neutrons increases and therefore the energy also increases. And this type of reaction is known as the nuclear chain reaction. Generally, the nuclear chain reaction are of two types. One is your controlled chain reaction, another is your uncontrolled chain reaction. Controlled chain reaction means whenever the nuclear chain reaction can be controlled. If the neutrons, the suitable number of neutrons are steadily absorbing or steadily absorbed by certain elements like cadmium, boron rods, then the reaction or nuclear chain reaction can be controlled. How? The colliding or bombarding neutrons can be absorbed. If the bombarding neutrons can be absorbed with a suitable number, if all the neutrons are absorbed, then the reaction stops. But it is not a controlled chain reaction. If a suitable number, averagely two number of neutrons will be absorbed, then in one neutron in each stage will take part in the nuclear chain reaction. And in this case, the nuclear chain reaction is known as the controlled chain reaction. Generally, a nuclear reactor based on the principle of controlled chain reaction. Then the device nuclear reactor, which is based on the principle of controlled chain reaction. Nuclear reactor, it is a device which produces electrical energy by using nuclear chain reaction. The main components are the nuclear fuel, moderator, control rods, coolant, and shielding effect. Nuclear fuel means the elements like uranium-235, thorium-232, polonium-239 are used as the nuclear fuel. Means main element or main radioactive nuclei in the nuclear chain reaction. Moderator, generally the released neutrons are high-speed neutrons. Means the chances of colliding on the uranium is very less. Therefore, to reduce the speed of the fast-moving neutrons, some moderators are used, which are heavy water or graphite rods that can be used, beryllium oxide that are used as the moderator, which decreases the speed of the fast-moving neutrons. Third part is your control rods. Control rods to control or to absorb the neutrons in each stage, known as the control rods, like cadmium or boron are used as the control rods. And coolant, fourth part is your coolant. Coolant means as it is a nuclear chain reaction, the huge amount of energy is produced. To decrease the temperature of the nuclear reactor, coolant is used. Generally, normal water are used as the coolant. Fifth part is your shielding effect. Shielding effect to protect from the harmful radiations from the nuclear reactor. The total nuclear reactor is covered with concrete or cement, which is known as the shielding effect. Now the second type of nuclear chain reaction is your uncontrolled chain reaction. Uncontrolled chain reaction means when the nuclear chain reaction at each region on an average of one neutron lost due to the collision, then the reaction is known as the uncontrolled chain reaction. Like this is neutron, this is uranium, U-235-92, and it produces barium, krypton, and 3 number of neutrons. If at this stage only one neutron is lost due to collision, generally means only two active neutrons, this neutron and this neutron, takes part in the further chain reaction. Means it requires only two uranium to bombard or to collide to produce the next product. And this neutron is known as the lost neutron or LN. And this type of nuclear chain reaction is known as the uncontrolled chain reaction. Generally, the atom bomb is based on the uncontrolled chain reaction. Then the next phenomenon another process is your fusion. Fusion, the process in which two light nuclei combine to form a heavier nucleus accompanied by release of huge amount of energy is known as the fusion process. In fission, a heavy nucleus splits up, but in fusion, two light nuclei combine to form a heavy nucleus with the release of huge amount of energy. It is generally a cyclic process, means it is repeated. Hydrogen bomb is based on the principle of fusion. In sound, the fusion process is occurred, means in sound the cyclic process, therefore energy is not lost in case of sound. In sound, actually what happens, the two hydrogen, one H1 combine to form one H2 deuterium plus 1 E0. This is positron plus 0.4 mega electron volt. Again, the reactant side of this first reaction means 1H1 product side, reactant side of 1H1 combined with the product of the first reaction 1H2, it will produce 2He3 helium isotope plus release of amount of energy 5.5 mega electron. Again, this is the product of the second stage, and this will be the reactant for the first stage. 2He3 combined with the another 2He3 isotope of helium to produce 2He4 helium plus 2 number of 1H1 means proton, hydrogen, that is the first stage of the reaction, plus energy increases 12.9 mega electron volt, means it is here known as the cyclic process because the reactant of the first stage becomes the product of the last stage, means again 1H1 and 1H1 combine to form 1H2 plus positron plus 0.4 mega electron volt. Again 1H1 plus 1H2 produces helium isotope 2He3 plus 5.5 mega electron volt. Again 2He3 combine to form helium 2He4 plus 2 number of proton or hydrogen 1H1 12.9 mega electron volt. This is the reaction occurred in case of sound. In stars, the carbon-nitrogen cycle is occurred. This is the important thing, that is carbon-nitrogen cycle. This is a cyclic process. Carbon 6C12 reacts with the hydrogen 1H1, it produces 7 nitrogen 13 isotope of nitrogen plus energy in the form of gamma ray. Next is this product, that is 7N13 breaks off into 6C13 plus positron. This is isotope of carbon plus energy in the form of gamma. Now in the next stage, 6C13, it reacts with the hydrogen 1H1. It produces 7 number nitrogen 13 plus 1, that is 14. Nitrogen 7N14 plus gamma. Again, this 7N14 reacts with the hydrogen 7N14 plus 1H1. It produces oxygen 8O15 isotope of oxygen plus gamma. Again, this 8 oxygen 15 breaks into nitrogen and positron 7N15 plus 1 E0 plus release of gamma ray, and in the final stage this 7N15 reacts with the 1H1, it produces 6C12 plus helium 2He4 plus gamma in the form of energy. Therefore in the star, in the sun also, the helium is the source of energy. You know that as helium is released in case of the reaction that occurred in sun and the reaction occurred in stars. This is the carbon-nitrogen cycle that is occurred in case of stars.